So as you can probably tell, what this is going to be, carburetor. Let's open it up here and take a look, shall we? Make sure we got what we asked for, huh? Hang on 1 minute. Okay, there's that. Okay. Yep, that looks really similar. Looks about right. There we go. Okay, well, let's get this bad mamma jamma on here and see if it runs better or not. We'll show you when we get it back on. Show you how to disassemble this. So this is where your air filter sits, like so, okay? And here's your air filter cover. All right, you can push this button here, flip it back, it comes off. Air filter cover pops right off. Exposes 2 Phillips screws. 1, 2. Undo those screws, and this pops off. You can go ahead and undo these if you want. There are little clips up in there. It goes to the vent on your gas tank. Okay, I do not do that. All right, there's the little box there. I don't really know what that's for. It's some kind of a brain box or something, it seems like. Anyways, set it aside like so. Next thing you're going to want to do is undo this bolt. Okay, go ahead and show you that. 10 millimeter. Now, since I've already been in this once this year, and this is not a brand new one, but it's brand new to me. So what you're going to want to do is undo your 10 millimeter right here. I've already been through here trying to figure out what was going on with it. I tell you what, the best thing to do, if you have the troubles I was having, and here was the troubles that I was having. I could not, see, it's on choke. If I put it over here, it don't want to run right. If you turn the choke off, it don't want to run right. Everything else is running fine, but it didn't want to run without being on choke. Now that was fine to do some of the work, but when you get in stuff that's not been tilled yet, some of the heavier materials and things, and the more packed materials, if it's staying running on choke, it wanted to quit on you, okay? Because the governor would kick up and request more fuel for power, and the choke was on, not being able to give it, okay? So I needed it over here to run off a choke. All right, now I took the carburetor apart. I cleaned the carburetor completely with carb cleaner and lots of other things that were for carburetors. Then I ended up running a full bottle, or 3/4 of a bottle rather, of seafoam through this. Now, when I was running the seafoam, I could flip it over here to off the choke for about a minute or so, and it would run. But then it would start to act up again and have to flip it back over here off a choke. So by that time, I was tired of fooling with it. I already ordered the carburetor, so we're just going to put the carburetor on. I am going to save this carburetor because I do believe maybe, possibly, there might be some life left in it, okay? Push comes to shove kind of deal, you know? So I'm going to save the carburetor because I don't believe it's a total waste. But if you're having these problems, my point is, if you're having these problems with your Cub Cadet 208cc, okay, RT65 rear tine tiller, my thing, before you buy a carburetor or do anything else to the carburetor, go out, buy you a bottle of seafoam, pour you about 3 to 4 ounces in the gas tank and let it run. Okay, maybe even if it'll let you get out and try to till a little bit with it. Okay, and just get it going. Now, if you still can't flip it over on choke, keep working it. All right, and putting more seafoam in there. And it should, because this one, it didn't want to do it at all, but eventually it did do it to where you could put it over off the choke and it would run for about a minute. So either it's still dirty or it's messed up in some way, shape, or form. I don't have the time nor the experience to fool with it right now, so I'm going to replace it. But in most cases, that should fix your carburetor, is the seafoam, okay? In most cases, if it's been sitting and stuff and gummed up, use the seafoam first. Then, if all else fails, do what I'm going to show you next. Let me take it apart. All right, now, after you've removed these 2 nuts right here, you're going to unhook back here, unhook from this, okay? Pretty easy to unhook this one. Unhook it, pull it, and then this, you'll wiggle it off, okay? There it is. Now that plastic part's off. Set it aside. Now I'm going to show you what's left. You got this and then that, okay? You got to take this off and then that off. Get you a pair of needle nose pliers. Grab it. Twist it gently, not rough. Be gentle. Like that. And there that part is. Now this is where you take and you turn this all the way. Let's see here. Here, you're going to need this. Take that off. Set it aside. And then this right here. Now, I don't know why it's not working with me right now, but you gotta be able to take him. Alright, let me fix this to where I can get, you got to take it over here. It meets up with the with that slot there, and you pull it up, and out there it goes, right there like that. Alright, now you can take it off. Well, you got to also take and get your this hose off right here. You want to take it off the bottom, don't take it off the top. Alright, let me get that and then pull it off. Okay, now, make sure you have a gas tank or something readily available. Like I did, I put the hose down in the nozzle. Whatever's left in the gas can just flow into there. Alright, and we won't make a mess. Alright, and now it's ready to pull off of here. And I'm going to talk about what I did when I first got this to clean it. So there's where your fuel goes in at, okay? Gets really gummed up, especially if you leave it set from one season to the next with a little bit of gasoline in the can, or in the tank rather, and in the carburetor. You know you can't get it all out. So unless you're running some cleaner through it, or you're putting some Sta-Bil in it or something like that, you're going to get buildup. Well, if you get buildup several seasons in a row, it could get bad, especially if you're not cleaning it at all during the season, or even during the off season. You know, come out, start it once a month or so, just let it run, put some new gas through it, and maybe some cleaner through it, okay? And that's all through your gas system. All right, I'm not talking about taking it apart and cleaning it. I'm talking about running it through your gas system. So it gets really gummed up down there. Well, it gets really narrow once it gets into the carburetor. So you're going to take that bottom bolt right there off, okay? Take that bottom bolt off. And when you do, you'll see your float inside of here, okay? And your needle valve going up and down. what you're going to want to do if you're having problems with it, and say you've ran the seafoam through it, the seafoam didn't work, okay, and you've ran 3/4 of a bottle of seafoam through it, and you're still not getting what you need. The next thing that I would recommend doing is going on ahead and taking it apart like this, taking the bowl off, take the float out, take the needle valve out, okay, and start spraying your carburetor cleaner through there, okay, and using some wire bristles, the little wire brushes, the pipe cleaners, okay, using those and cleaning it out really well, from this way, okay, and from this way up through your needle valve. Get it all cleaned out and stuff. Eventually what you're going to see is you can fill this up, hold it like that, fill it up with carb cleaner, and when it's filled with carb cleaner, it'll start running out of here. Once it's very, very clean, it'll start running out. All right, and then you know you've got that clean. And then just go on ahead and spray all the rest of the surfaces and the extra holes here, or jets, whatever they're called. Get them all sprayed up and cleaned up, and you should be good to go. Okay, this is where your choke is, and this is how it was trying to run. It was trying to run just like this. It should be running, let me show you. Maybe. Okay, there we go. It should be running like that, okay? But it's not. It's trying to run with the choke fully on. Well, it can't run with choke full on, okay? I mean, it can, but when you need that power and you need that gas to come through, it's not allowing that gas to come through. All right, and it's choking it off. All right, here's the other side where your governor is, and it just sits there and vroom, vroom, vroom. That's what them two springs were for. Vroom, 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 vroom. Shuts it off, shuts it down, shuts it off, shuts it. Yeah, on, off, on, off, on, off. Okay, back and forth. That's how it's operating. More power, vroom, more power, vroom. Okay. Well, if this side is choked off, you can't give them more power. All right, so that's how this works. So that's why this is not a good one. I'm going to take it apart later, soak it in some cleaner and stuff, and then just put it up. And maybe if I ever need it, it'll run. Okay, but I'm gonna put the other one on now, and we'll show you what it looks like and sounds like when we get it back together. One more thing, when you go to put this back on, okay, you want to make sure that you do it the right way. Look at your carburetor. There's 1, 2 holes on this side and a cutout over here on this side. See it? 1 hole, 2 holes, a cutout. Make sure you've got it cut out, hole and hole. Okay? Big little hole on the bottom, big hole on the top. Push her on. All right? Make sure you do that. Because if you don't, you'll mess up. All right. Now, all we got left to do is put the plastic on and try to fire this baby up. All right, y'all. Here we go. Choke. It's on run. Pull the cord. Taking it off choke. Doesn't sound nearly as rough either. We're going to go chill with it and see what it does. Well, it's a little chilly out today, and dirt's a little heavy, but you can see what I've tilled up new today, and the tiller's working perfect now. Absolutely perfect. No problems. Governor kicks in, picks up, cuts away. So we're looking good. Just got this little chunk right here left inside of here, and then finish up my pumpkin patch, and then sometime between now and the 1st of June I need to till up the sunflower patch. So finish that up hopefully the next day or so, and finish this up in a couple days. I need to cut the grass. You can see where the grass needs cut, you know, and anyway, so this needs done and retilled, and then all this right through here needs tilled, and I'm looking, I'm not sure, but I may end up going to about right in here somewhere with it. So it'd be from down there to right here where my feet are. So anyways, looking at that, I do know I got a big old it bows out there, you know, so I need to make sure I stay on this side a little bit more when I till. So I may have to put a line up and just go by that line so I'm not going out too far. I think I come down this way too much is pretty much the biggest problem. But anyhow, that's gonna be the pumpkin patch, because I don't want none of the vines to cross over the fence when I get the fence put up. I want them to stay within the fence. So anyhow, that's what we got going on out here, and hopefully it'll stay pretty enough and the wind will stop blowing a little bit. I can redo my DJI drone and get it to where I can take some pictures and fly some today, because lately it's been having problems where it won't let me go above 30 meters or away from 50 meters, and that just ain't no fun. So hopefully if I do what I've read, and I can fly the drone this evening, provided that the wind isn't too bad. So we'll see you in a little bit.